She wrote 89 confirmed kills on his whiteboard. A story of silence, service, and what it truly means to know combat. The briefing room. The briefing room smelled like stale coffee and ego. Staff Sergeant Marcus Cole had been running combat training seminars for 6 years, and he had a routine. He'd scan the room, pick the person who looked the most out of place, and make an example of them. It kept the young Marines sharp. It kept him feeling sharp. Today, his eyes landed on her immediately. She sat in the back row. Late 30s, maybe. No rank visible, she was dressed in plain civilian clothes. Her hair was pulled back neatly. She had a notepad on her knee, but hadn't written anything on it. She wasn't looking at her phone like the others. She was just watching. Cole clicked to his first slide. "Combat is not a concept," he said, pacing the front of the room. "It is not something you read about. It is not something you theorize about. It is something you survive, or you don't." He let that land. Then he pointed at her. "You, in the back. What do you know about combat?" The room turned. She didn't blink, didn't flush, didn't sit up straighter or shrink down. She just looked at him with the kind of stillness that takes years to build. "May I?" she said, nodding toward the whiteboard. Cole almost laughed, almost. "Be my guest?" The whiteboard, she stood, walked to the front of the room unhurried, picked up a black marker, and wrote 2 things. 89 confirmed kills. Fallujah, Ramadi, Kandahar. Then she set the marker down, walked back to her seat, and looked at him. The room was completely silent. Cole stared at the whiteboard, then at her, then back at the whiteboard. One of the junior sergeants near the front quietly searched her name, the name she'd written in small letters beneath the numbers. His face went pale. He leaned over and whispered something to the man next to him. That man looked up at her. She was already looking out the window. Cole cleared his throat. "I wasn't aware." "No," she said simply. "You weren't." "Continue." She picked up her notepad, clicked her pen, and looked at him expectantly. "You were saying something about survival," she added quietly. "Please, continue." Cole looked at the 89 on the whiteboard for a long moment. Then he closed his laptop, sat down on the edge of the desk, and said something he hadn't said in 6 years of running seminars. "Actually, why don't you take it from here?" She considered that for a moment, and then she stood back up, walked to the front of the room again, and erased the number. "What I wrote up there," she said quietly, turning to face the room, "is a number. Numbers don't teach you anything." She tapped her chest. "This does." She started talking. Nobody touched their phone for the next 2 hours. End.